So for the last challenge statement, this is usually in the markets. So we are fortunate in Singapore, we have our own ripening room, and we also have similar ripening operations across our major markets, especially Japan, Korea, as well as China. Okay. Okay. There's a short video, so it will show you sort of what we typically face in a ripening room. So on the left side, you can see, sorry, I'll just backtrack a little bit. On the left side, you can see this is usually what we call a two-high ripening room. So each of the levels can take pallets that are offloaded off the containers as they come in into the imported country, and it goes straight, when it's ready to be ripened, it goes straight as an entire pallet into the ripening room. So these ripening rooms are advanced systems where pressurized air is pushed through throughout the room to have the correct air circulation and throughout the entire ripening process. Okay, but what we want to address is what happens after this. That becomes very manual. So you can see part of the process in ensuring that we have good quality throughout. We do this usually on a select basis, but there are times of operations where our people are required to sort through and we have to check. So quality is checked in various stages in the entire supply chain, but this is the last step before it reaches the supermarket shelf. So and this is also where the value add cost has already been accumulated to its highest. And that's why we aim to reduce losses here to as minimal as possible. So you'll see that in each of these boxes, we operate in Singapore, which is a relatively small market actually. We actually process about 1,000 boxes every day. Our people have to lift the boxes off the pallets. Then they have to take out cluster by cluster. They will have to check for smell, for touch. So this color is actually it's already ripened and ready for supermarket delivery, but they will have to check one by one, taking it out of the box and then putting it back, arranging it back. So there's a lot of handling that increases opportunity for fruit to be bruised. There is also there's a lot of time and there's a lot of human handling. So people have to reach up to 10 high pallet boxes and then having to take them out, check and recheck, and then putting them back into pallets ready for delivery. Okay. So the main issues here are it's really a very manual process. So banana is one of those fruits where we've not seen a lot of automation with regards to it because it's not like the berries or the apples or oranges. And that's why right now we still are very reliant on trained eyes, quality assurance people in the ripening rooms that have lots and lots of experience in identifying based on sight, smell, and touch of the fruit. And this also means that the company has to spend, so we typically have to train people for quite a while before they can correctly identify potential issues. Second thing is it's very labor intensive. Each of the carton boxes you've seen, at least in the Singapore market, is 15 kilos. In some places, it can be as heavy as 18 kilo, 44 pounds. There's a lot of risk of bruising for the fruit, which increases food waste, and there is also risk of injury also to our people. Okay. And the last challenge is because of the highly intensive and manual nature of it, we may run into quality inconsistency sometimes that are not being caught in the packing plants and are not caught in the ripening rooms. So post-ripening, there may be times where because there's no 100% or not enough manpower to do 100% checks, we could see quality inconsistencies flowing into the supermarket, which then results in returns. And those returns can be fairly extensive because the supermarket will not sort through everything for you. They will just return the entire lot. And that in itself is a lot of wastage in terms of logistics, supply chain, and potential food waste as well. Okay. So that concludes the three main challenges that we have. So the impacts that we expect to see is really a lot of reduced food waste and post-harvest losses. Most agriculture companies loses a big percentage of its production in post-harvest losses. And that's where we want to prevent. We also target to reduce our carbon and water footprint, particularly in water. We think that there are huge opportunities here, and that will really make a very substantial impact here when we're able to effectively run in rural operations the recycling of water for post-harvest users. We also think that in these challenge statements, we expect to see the impact of better, and more efficient use of fertilizers, inputs in the farms, more targeted, and to improve the soil health overall. We are a single crop farm, so it is in the farm's interest for us to continue to make sure that our soil is healthy and the sustainability and resilient to the weather. Is it the weather changes or the pest issues that are caused by weather changes as well? Okay, we also aim for improved circularity and traceability. Automation, with regards to QA check right at the ripening room, we'll be able to provide that. Currently, all our boxes are traceable to packing plant, to farm, down to the person packing. So, but the feedback is often slow because of the manual process. So we also hope that with automation at the last part of our value chain, we will be able to provide more timely feedback towards to the farm and as well as to our post-harvest operations. And last of all, reduces in waste in water and nutrient losses is a huge impact in minimizing environmental discharge issues. Okay, so we are happy to support for the right solutions to do proof of concept. Especially with the first challenge statement, we prepared that it could be at a lower TRL level. We're happy to look at it from a proof of concept perspective. For solutions that have higher TRL levels, we are ready to come in and to frame up what could be a possible pilot, as Charmaine actually has explained. We'll spend some time aligning with selected solution providers to align and make sure that we're ready to implement. And so Sumifru will come in with the actual use case, in place to do the pilot implementation and then to collect the data in the process of it. So as I explained earlier, we have about 10,000 hectares planted in the Philippines. We have about, I think, easily 70 to 80 packing plants in the Philippines of different sizes as well. And we also have the ripening room here in Singapore, without having to go very far. So funding, I think it's self-explanatory, but the company is happy to come down, sit together. We are a very data-driven company. Everything we do, Jillian and Charmaine will tell you, we are very data-driven. We do look for the before and after to really measure out the impact and as to whether it is practical and sustainable. So we want solutions that's not for show, for sustainability, but we want something that is really resilient, something that we can really carry through to the farms in a very rural context. Because we're not talking, this is not an environment where you have engineers, trained engineers. You're talking about farmers. You're talking about, people sprinkled all over Mindanao, working in the farms. They know the fruit, they know the operations very well, but we need solutions that can help them better do their jobs.